Hey writers, this is Lee Jessup, career coach for emerging and professional screenwriters, coming at you with my favorite type of industry update, which is news of a spec sale. I love seeing these spec sales because they are reminders that we are in a dynamic industry that still values original content, material that is not based on IP, sequels, prequels, whatever it is, but rather moving original content on the feature side. So this one is titled Renegotiate by Mark Townend, that ended up selling in a three-way bidding war to Lionsgate. We're told, or at least so Deadline tells us, that the material is effectively source code meets phone booth about an FBI crisis negotiator who is stuck in a time loop, reliving events of a bombing that he now has to stop before time runs out. I'm especially excited about this one because it was put out to market and negotiated by friends of mine, Jeff Portnoy from Bellevue, who is a longtime friend and works with a slew of my writers, as well as Marius Rush on the legal side, who's negotiated a number of fantastic deals for my clients, including Crosby Sealander's sale of Bring Me Back in 2020. We are told that material went out to town in the first week of April, went out to, I believe, about 20 companies or so, who ultimately, three of which came to the table for this bidding war to secure the rights to the material. The numbers that Deadline is sharing is mid six figures upfront against low seven for a purchase or bonus fee when material goes into production. Now, in addition to Jeff from Bellevue and Marius Rush, Paradigm were the agents on the material that took it to producers who then took it to Lionsgate. So the production companies on this are Cinemachine and Range, who are attached to produce. The writer is not new to the industry. He has sold before to Warner Brothers with Lucky Chap and Denise DeNovi attached to produce. Has another movie that he wrote, I believe, on assignment, but it could be wrong, that just wrapped up production, and two other projects that are set up with companies Sugar 23 and the other set up with Vertigo Entertainment, or with Vertigo and Entertainment 360. The reason I'm excited about this is, one, naked spec without attachment, went to market, reminds us of the power of story. Yes, this is a writer who has been a known quantity to the industry. He's been on the blacklist, but just like everybody else, he started without IP. He built up his name. He got reps. He got material out there. And it just shows the runway available, specifically on the feature space right now, and in the feature market. I'm always excited to see when the town responds to material that is just good storytelling. So this is a great thing to observe. I saw some questions online about how does something like this happen. So I want to speak to that very quickly. I don't have numbers from the reps on this. This is just conjecture from what I know of the industry. How does a bidding war like this happen? This is not a preemptive deal like we had in Alignment in November. This is a deal where the material went wide to the town. So it went to 20 production producers, production companies, buyers, prospective partners for the project. I imagine that over time, one came in with strong interest, a second one, representatives start playing the companies that are coming in to offer material against each other in order to raise prices, which then brings us into a bidding war. Now, the key thing to a bidding war that's important to remember is that with just one buyer, which is most scenarios most of the time, you do not get a bidding war. When you get multiple buyers, you can, if you have strong reps, you can play them against each other to raise the price, to raise the numbers, to get the best deal possible. And a little write-up in all the trades does not help either. Or does not hurt either. Sorry, getting too excited here. Just wanted to share the good news with you, which is just a reminder, keep writing these great original stories. They will find a way, they will find a home, whether you start out by winning competitions and getting reps, then potentially getting on the blacklist, potentially lower on the blacklist, but starting to build your name. This is just a reminder that original stories in film are certainly having a very long moment that we can all enjoy. So just wanted to share that with you. I will share that Deadline article in the comments as well. Keep writing, and hopefully we'll connect soon. If this was helpful, do subscribe, and more coming at you soon. Bye.